We could do the Razzies.
We are tWoTcast episode 381. No, he does not. No. Okay.
All right, everyone, shut the f*** up. Let's ready to record.
We like to start every show by yelling, "We are tWoTcast." Can you do that with me? On the count of 1, 2, 3, go.
We are tWoTcast. Now we can start.
The Wheel of Time Reread Podcast. Explicit in R. Freaking rated. Jono's the wild card. Always talking shit. Joe's the straight man. He's a total dick. Tom is still obsessed with X-Men.
Previously on X-Men.
We are
You're viewing tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time Reread podcast. Now covering My Daughter is Screaming at the Top of Her Lungs for my assistance. So I have to leave.
That's great.
Jono, take over. With me as always is Jono, and I'm Joe.
Jono! And Tom is here, and Joe is not because Joe is a terrible father. That's right,
Take it
Joe.
away.
Yeah.
Cross-chode of tuna can.
I can do that in a second. Joe's a terrible father, abandons his family every Tuesday night to go get drunk with two dumb friends and whoever's watching. And this is his price. This is his comeuppance. Tommy Bear, how are you?
I mean, I'm doing the same thing.
Well, I know, but your kids, how old Sawyer? 9 months?
9 months. 6. Wait. 7 in 6 days.
Yeah, well,
He's asleep too.
Yeah. You know why?
Baby, he sleeps a lot.
It's a baby, yeah.
Mhm.
Goes to Violet, who is a 5-year-old. I know because she's 5.5 almost. Anyway, who gives a shit about kids? I know I don't. That's why I've got.
Just
Yeah.
Introduce us. Do the thing.
All right. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Crossroads of Twilight. We're doing of course, the annual No Music Allowed this time. Or not annual. Our patented award-winning award show. Very circular.
For some reason, news music came into my head instead of awards music, so that's what you get.
And happily, both Tom and I are getting over sicknesses. So I will be coughing up shit, and Tom had to get a steroid injection for an STD. Is that right?
It's AI. Yes.
You weren't supposed to mention that, Jono.
Yeah.
He's fucking Mr. Bean back here doing go right.
Very good. This is gonna be a quality show. As Joe's figuring out what the fuck background to have for everything he's doing. So Tom, tell us about the tWoTties. What are the tWoTties?
There are awards for each book of the Wheel of Time.
Oh, and this book will be
The Crossroads of Twilight.
Good God.
The Crossroad of Tunican.
The Crossroad of Twilight.
Yeah. All right, welcome back, Joe.
I mean, in theory.
Yeah, atrocity.
So that was a good. I mean, I heard everything, so good job.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're doing the tWoTties. God damn it, Jono.
Yeah,
The Wheel
two
of Time
people,
awards.
the
I
two
don't have
people
the
that are
fucking
half
music to
asleep.
go off.
I know, we're supposed to do that right now.
Didn't even introduce
Spoilers for everything in the up to and including the Crossroads of Twilight book, which is 10. But we tend to talk about things after that. But
10 to talk about it?
10 to 10 to.
Yeah.
We almost certainly will.
Yeah.
I mean, not always. You know, we stay pretty book specific in this series.
I don't think that's correct at all.
What is the series called, John?
The tWoTties. That is triumphant. Every time, yeah.
Every time.
Every time. If you had started that, we would have been gold by now.
I'm gonna put it on a loop
I
and
mean-
start going to sleep to it.
It's
have
a
it
real
ready to
long.
go.
That's a lot of looping.
Yeah.
It's a
Anytime
short
I do
song.
anything good at work, if I fire off an email or something, I'm just gonna click.
Well, I
Yeah,
love
full
that.
spoilers for the books in tonight's discussion. Also, we say fuck a lot.
Did you guys, they announced the nominations for the Oscars today.
Ah,
You think it's weird the Academy decided to announce the Oscars on the same day we're doing the tWoTties?
I
don't
know.
think it's weird. I think it's
Pick Elayne, you know?
We're riding our coattails.
Yeah.
No one cares.
You're like,
about
holy shit,
Barbie."
awards are popular.
now.
Ridiculous.
Should
Assholes.
we preview the award show that we're working on that we were just texting back and forth about?
Well, I mean,
Or
they
should
also.
we leave that? Should we leave
No,
that?
we're not gonna do that one.
Oh, good day. Good people.
I mean,
Oh,
We'll do it
DT's
later.
here? Oh, you guys.
Oh,
You know
God.
what?
Noman Garden's
Never
here.
mind. Let's just
Ayush is
move on.
here.
I have no
Holocausties here.
I have no Oscar nominations for the Wheel of Time. They're very boring.
Well, also, aren't the Oscars for movies?
Well, yeah, but you
Why,
do
man,
Best
why?
Actor.
Beej
Well, I
is
thought about
here.
I don't know. I always think there's 6 main male characters and 6 main female characters for the book, like that we follow.
Yeah.
There's only 5
Dana
people.
said, "Here's an award for this amazing award show."
There's only 5 people nominated for Best Actor and Best Actress, and I was like, who would be left off of each one? And then for the actress, to me, it was like, well, Elayne.
Well,
She doesn't even get.
you doing
supported.
your Oscar noms, Tom?
Yeah, we can run through it.
Again, for a TV show, which is not what Oscars are for.
No, it's just for the books. It's the books.
What are you talking about? I'm not doing the TV show. That's
I thought
ridiculous.
you were- I thought
We've
that's
covered
what you were
the show enough.
talking
I mean, Best Actor is Rand, Matt Perrin, Land, Tom. I had to leave Loyal out. I didn't feel good about it.
Hmm.
I moved him to supporting.
Well, yeah, I think
Wheel of
that-
Time is the Emmys. That's what we were discussing before the show. I don't really pay
What?
attention to actual awards.
We're
I really
not talking about the TV show because we wouldn't.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about the books.
So you're thinking
So
that
it's
they're a
like-
book-
What's
all
the
right.
books? What are the book awards?
Oh, it's still just actor, supporting actress, director, supporting actor, actress.
So who's
movie.
the director for the book series? Is that just
I-
Ron George?
No, for
Is
Best
that-
Director, I put Bashir, Niall, Geraldo, Brian. and then I put Matt because nobody respects Agamars in general. Do you?
No.
It's weird because he's technically one of them, but at the same
I don't
time, like he doesn't really get that opportunity, and then he's
No.
And then he's evil.
Yeah.
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 Well, there you go. We just hit book 14.
Yeah.
Or 12 or 13. I don't know.
Spoilers, yeah.
Actress story boring. I just put Maniguin, the Knave, Moraine, Avienda.
Maniguin, the Knave, Moraine, Avienda. Yeah, those are pretty solid.
Supporting actress gets a little more interesting. It's Leda, Swan, Brigitte, Fail, Lanfear. I just did that.
I think Aleda's a really good supporting
5
actress.
seconds. I was like, who am I forgetting?
Women.
Your nominees for supporting actor. It's Gall, Logan, Loyal, Talmains, Ruark.
Carlin Manfor.
Oh, believe me, buddy. I'd put him in if I could.
I think Deshiva went full retard. Like he did a great job of.
That's why you don't win. You're not supposed to do that, dummy. It's exactly what you don't do. That's why he's not nominated.
Well, that's why he's not going to win, but he can be nominated.
He's not nominated.
I mean, some of them traded sexes. They went through operations for them.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like, you see actors gain 20 pounds for a role. How about just
How about a brand new body of a different sex?
Yeah.
Maybe that's how Lanfear wins Best Supporting Actress for.
She supported herself as a different person.
She very much committed to that. Best Picture. All right, The World, Shadow Rising, Fires of Heaven, Lord of Chaos.
Wow, just
Winter
don't mention
Sword.
the show. Oh, okay.
So I'm now thinking about it, and I do think that Lanfear technically should win it because she plays multiple roles. At one point, she gains at least 150 pounds.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And loses.
Does that make her an Oscar winner, or does that make her Eddie Murphy?
Both?
Is that not the same category? Is Eddie Murphy not a?
She had ear into flubber.
Yeah.
Lanfear is just the clumps.
Do you think she gets her awards and everyone's like, I'm flattered. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. I'm into this.
Samsung was showing Watt clips on their new transparent TV at CES. Interesting. Their transparent TV looks really fucking cool, by the way.
Wait.
I mean, I have my TV up against a wall like every normal human, so it doesn't really matter.
So what do I do? Hang it from the center of the room? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, for instance, my desk is in the middle of the room and it faces out from me, and I'm just like, that would be really cool for a monitor. I don't know about a TV.
The entire population of the United States would have to rethink how they design living rooms. Everything would change.
You had to do that when everything turned flat. No big deal.
No, it's still against the wall. Now you're gonna have to put it in the center.
Yeah, but there was
of the
all
room
kinds of
on a pedestal.
furniture and consoles and built-ins in your homes and all kinds of stuff to accommodate a giant square TV.
I guess you say
The
so.
Nutty Forsaken.
I would watch the shit out of it.
So dumb. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what were the book ones?
How do we continue to think of new stupid things about these books?
I mean, I don't know. It's amazing.
We're gonna do
Technically,
this.
Jenkins did.
We're gonna do the Nutty Forsaken for a while.
Hey,
I put the Eye of the World, Shadow Rising, Fires of Heaven, Lord of Chaos, Winter's Heart.
Apologies for that.
Okay.
Rash joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy The Great Hunt. I'm not
Who
putting any
doesn't?
Sanderson
Yeah.
books in. I'm gonna kill the dog. Hold on.
I don't know. I really like The Great Hunt for a couple of reasons, but I also really like Knife of Dreams for Egwene fighting in the Novice White with the rod in the tower. It's one of my favorite. It's really good. Really good scene.
Well, Joe, not nominated.
What do you can talk about that next week on the tWoTties, starring Knife of Dreams?
Yeah, you should have done a better ad campaign. Let's move on to the tWoTties for Crossroads of Twilight. Wait.
Crossroads of Twilight. Wait, what is it?
It's Crossroads of Tuna Can.
All right. Category 1 is the Chris Traeger Award for Best New Character. I definitely struggled with this category on this book.
This one was easy.
What?
Here's the real-
Oh, no, you're right. I did have the one answer, Jono.
Here's the real
The one.
spoiler. Everybody struggled with everything this book.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this category was easy.
This one has an obvious winner. It wasn't easy to come up with 3 nominations.
Yeah, for me, this book, like, I remember everything that happened, but like, I don't remember deep diving stuff. Also, it's impossible to find a list of new characters for the later books. Like, I found an angelfire.com page that has lists of new characters for every book up through like book 7 or 8.
For younger viewers, angelfire.com was a really very early version of you can make your own websites on the internet.
And then it just stopped.
1999?
At least.
It's really old.
Maybe earlier. I mean, 97?
God damn.
Not by a lot, but earlier.
Like, make your own website. Like, all right.
All
right.
Chris Traeger Award. Who do we got?
Yeah. Here's the nominees. Hartha, the Ogre Gardener. That's a good selection just because they're cool. Not a lot to say about him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just awesome seeing an Ogier that fought. Or theoretically could fight, you know?
We got Furry K.
Okay, so is he
maybe?
new?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
No, he's not.
I couldn't find a
not-
list.
But he's like prominent in this book versus.
He's prominent, but he's not.
Yeah.
He was introduced beforehand.
Also,
All right, I wrote like, is he new? I don't know.
also, Bode Cathan was suggested as if this was her first appearance. It's not.
No, it's not. I know it's not. But like, she's like more prominent in this. Like, actually learns Coindelar, and you know, that's why I put Bode. I knew she wasn't. I knew she'd been like mentioned offhand as like scooped up by the by the Aes Sedai to train in the.
But she's in the scene at the end with Varen and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Rand is.
All right, fine.
Because if it's your first physical appearance, other than you mentioned, I'll allow it. But that's not what we've got here. Karen Stang, is this her first appearance or mention?
Who?
I don't
Karen
know.
Stang, just a great name.
First POV for Furyk, I think.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, it is a stretch. Sadly, that's not the category.
I'm looking up Karen Stang. Although I do agree, Karen Stang sounds like she could either be like a porn or like just something fun.
It definitely sounds very pornography based.
Yeah, it's Karen. It's Karen with an I.
Karen
Karen
Stang. In New Spring, so she's been around for literally.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, New Spring, the short novella or the prequel book?
That's interesting
because that came out after this book.
Hold on, though. New Spring came out after this book.
Yeah,
it's like a full novel.
Oh, really? All right. Well, there you go.
You could read Residues, Karen Stang.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Y, it's an E. It's literally Karen. There's just an I stuck in there.
And also, it's Stang, right? Not Strang.
Yeah,
it's Stang.
Listen, I will never give anyone a hard time for trying to spell these names in comments on the internet.
But the name is captivating. It's
I agree.
It's very high up there on the list. It's very close to Carlin Manford.
Yeah, Karen Stang called Manford. Like they could make some fucking.
Oh my god! What would they name their kids?
That's an excellent question. Definitely starts with a K.
Anyway, and
that's for sure.
And the twatty goes to.
You just did.
Drummel, please.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Joy to it's Ajambora.
Yeah,
Ajambora, come on. He's amazing.
As soon as I realized that this was his first time in like the books, I was like, "Well, that's the winner." That is Alan Romanchuk's favorite character. She called it Death Watch.
Sounds like she would call the Death Watch. She would.
Yeah,
she's a Karen.
Yeah.
She's a Karen Beach.
She's just sexy. She does MILF porn.
Mm-hmm.
What? She was an infiltrator of the Tower as spy, right? Maybe.
The short story. That's what I meant by novella, like the shorter version of it. But yeah, you're right. I guess the prequel is a novella.
Threw an absolute fit. Wanted to talk to Elayne's manager. They're like, "We're going to send you back undercover."
I want to speak to your sitter. It's good.
Yeah,
good.
Like, it's a good thing they don't have.
Ajambora is awesome. He's Alan's favorite character, so of course we're gonna give it to that one. But
it wouldn't have been weird if we gave it to Karen Stang.
Just like Alan's sorry runner-up.
I really thought
we know how much you love Ajambora, but it's just not happening.
Does anyone know Ajambora's? I forget if we've mentioned this. Ajambora's like the person he's based on. Have we mentioned?
No. Well, Alan has.
Alan
for
told
sure.
them very detailed stories about.
Okay,
this
then
guy.
then that's good enough. It was the gardener who came by Bandersnatch. There's a lot more to it, but he's.
I can't remember. I think it was in the letter A or the letter R. So I can't remember which, because Alan came on for the letter A and the letter R when we did.
It was A because
Walk Companion.
Yeah.
No, I know.
But
I don't know if he told that story.
I picture Charlie from Sunny dressed as a Vietnam vet.
The gardener? Yeah, he's the gardener at Robert, or Artist. Place.
Yeah, go back and watch the Wheel Time Companion episode with Alan.
I guess A. Yeah, I guess letter A. Yeah.
He literally
goes
talks about the guy for like 40
20 minutes.
It's the whole episode. We don't
But
even.
then also on top of that though, he would he brings like a skull cup to Jordan Con when he used to come and would drink out of it because
do we even do? Did we do the letter? Did we do the letter A twice? Because we talked about Ajambora so much, or we were just
we were joking about it, but we never did. Yeah.
We cut it in half. We just called it good. We just half the damn thing.
I mean, it was good. That's all we needed.
Yeah.
Maria's told that story too. Oh, stealing Alan's stories, Maria.
Yeah.
I see.
How dare she?
I legitimately forgot that we did 26 episodes of Letter. The companion. That's wild. All right, next award.
Oh man, look at Wada Holocaustic. A killer of vermin. That's my favorite part about him, actually. Just killing rats. And you're like, that's not all wine in that cup, is it? There's got to be rat blood in there. There's rat blood in there.
All
right, what's next category? It's the Samuel Hake Award for Best Sexual Moment, Triple X moment that is brought to you by Vin Diesel.
If you had no idea why we what we say about Samuel Hake, why is the Triple X mode named after Samuel? It's really confusing. The innkeeper?
The rapey innkeeper.
The very rapey innkeeper.
The rapey innkeeper is not a bad name for an inn.
Let's go through the nominees because they're terrible.
Okay.
Yeah,
we have
apologies.
I had literally nothing for this.
Who knew that a book could go by where we don't have nominees for fucking? But anyway,
mine's
Aramilla, Jacques Lenault. Jacques Lenault.
Jacques Lenault.
But that's also very rapey.
Yeah.
I had forgotten how much this guy was fucking.
Where did this guy come from? He's weird.
He's the secretary of rape, pretty much. That should be his fucking position. He is.
It is his position.
Yeah. He's pretty, good lord.
I don't think I remember it very well. Still.
It's somewhat non-memorable. He's there, and then he comes up later. I think
later is a dark friend. Spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, he lets what's his name out of prison, or maybe kills him out. So he's a dark friend, but he's working here just to be part of Aramilla's rape.
I think when Sanderson took over the book, there was one file that was just recently introduced rapists, and he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna ignore most of this."
That's probably what it was. He's like, "I could use this guy again, but let's just let that character die."
I love that file. I want to see that file. Who else?
Too thick. It's just Doyle Millar. It's just Doyle Millar, Shatter Haran, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta use that guy."
The next nominee is some bath stuff, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, did you put that too, Jono?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just put Elayne's in a bath, I think.
Nominee is a walk question mark.
Yeah, Matt and Tuan go on a nice, just a delightful stroll in the evening.
That's pretty sexy, man.
I mean, I think they almost hold hands,
And then your winner is Red Hot Rod.
Yeah!
Come on.
Congratulations.
Fake winner.
Congratulations, Red Hot Rod. You've won again.
Red Hot Rod still hold up strong. Yeah.
I mean, at least I went through fake nominees. Get ready for the next category. Let's do it.
All right.
What we got?
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Oh, fuck.
This is the category for best battle or fight in the book.
All right.
Which
so,
again, not very many of those, if any.
yeah. So the
Really?
category is "This Is It." Don't Get Scared now. Award for best battle. There are no nominees, and the winner is seriously no need to worry. The wet bandits believed your parents were home and left.
That's about right. Because there's literally no big fights in this book. I was like,
Yeah.
I could stretch this nomination, and I put a few things, but I was like, these are really better suited for other categories. And I was just like, there's literally nothing to fucking put here.
So,
No big fights in Crossroads
There
of
was a
Twilight.
screaming fight.
Tom, what
at
was
the
my
ball.
what was my best one? It was just,
I don't remember. They were so all that like if anybody had anything, they were just so.
I think I
not
just wrote like because Rand and the Neve are technically still doing the cleansing of the tanks.
Oh,
I think that was like a technical. I was like, technically that's happening right now. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
thought
still
that- I
the
thought
best
that-
fight.
I figured the joke was better than any nominees we could.
Oh, yeah, it
get, so I
was,
just
by
went with
far.
that.
That's pretty much most of our shows. The joke is better than the substance.
Yeah,
some of
DK Moon.
these
This is what I was
nominees-
talking about. There's a battle in the distance, and the channelers can sense it. You know, yeah. Technically, it's happening right now.
Something's going on somewhere. I think probably. Three-pronged plan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, which one would you like to go with, Jono?
You tell me, man.
All right, let's go with weather. The Dark One's three-pronged plan, of course, consists of weather.
So
As one prong.
This one's pretty easy, right? Like the whole
Mhm.
this entire book is just the back end of Winter's Hard On, and
Yeah.
the weather is just slowly getting unfucked. You know, so there's still snow and ice at certain points. There's when Rand's later on, and I believe he's in Tyr, right? When all of a sudden, you know, it gets giant rainstorms coming through instead. You know, everything's just kind of struggling to catch up. So the weather, the Dark One's plan, while being unraveled, still comes with its own fuckery anyway.
Yeah, because it's like trying to write itself back to regularity.
Yeah.
Is the weevils and all the rotting food part of that, or is that a bubble of evil, or is that just the Dark One touching the world?
The latter, right? It's definitely
Okay.
a Dark One touching the world. You can't say, because technically the cold weather should have slowed some of
Yeah.
that down, right?
Yeah.
You know, it didn't happen. So, yeah, definitely.
Speed awarding. There's the nominees are few and far between in this one.
Yeah,
Noah
this
Garden.
is a tough book for us. This is a tough book for us.
Yeah, but we could also, we can talk about it a little bit more. We can talk. That means we have more time to discuss.
Well,
you know?
the next one, though, the next category in the weather headaches and rape,
No.
we're all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I've forgotten about the rainstorms in Tyr.
Well, I mean, they're just regular rainstorms, but it's just, you know, again,
But it's not that time of year.
it is for, I think probably it is for Tyr. It's just Rand wasn't ready for it.
Right. All right. Well, that's been a three-pronged plan. Weather. You know?
Good job. Good job. I do love that graphic.
It's
To be fair,
all of weather.
we are moving a little fast here too, just because we're not feeling great.
No, I mean it's all right. We can talk. We can talk
I'm,
more.
I mean, if there were nominees, I would.
The audience is asking us to stretch.
I love the idea that people want more of this, so I appreciate that. The back end.
Yeah, I think if I was a fan of this, but I was at home watching it, I would be like, "Oh, sweet, they're almost done." You know, I like the Super Bowl, but by like hour 4, I'm like, "Let's wrap it up."
we don't take 4 hours.
We're the Super Bowl
The
podcast. Yeah.
Well, I had a guys who said Egwene getting nabbed at the end for that last
Yeah,
category.
which is-
I put that, but again, I feel like it fits better in other places.
It's also not much of a fight,
Yeah, it's not really it's not really a fight.
and also there, you know, keep in mind if there's something that falls into like 3 categories, I don't always put it into every category. Otherwise, we're just talking about the same fucking thing.
Oh, I do. I put it every fucking.
Oh, I know you guys do. I have to decide where it lands.
That's your job.
We should publicize like, these emails. Well, actually, we probably shouldn't. But like some of these emails are just like Tom has to sort through some of the dumbest shit. Like I will just write the same thing.
I tried to organize mine a little better this time.
Well, we had 2 weeks.
It's really not that. It's not that bad as long as I have, you know,
time.
time.
Shh.
Doesn't take that long. All right, next category is
The Dumbledore Award for Best Gandalf. Dumbledore.
Reading through
This is the best mentor of the book.
You think we're speeding through it, but we're really not.
We're
It's already
we're
9
on
o'clock.
time.
And we've only done three out of 10 categories.
We're hitting the categories we don't want fucking anything.
We
You know
did
what I
rip
mean?
through your Oscar nominations pretty quick.
Oh yeah, it's just kind of a dalliance, not a real thing to talk about.
it's Italians.
Mm. Not a full list of nominees here. One is rolling for Sex Training.
What?
Actually, I don't know why I didn't put him as the winner.
I don't know either. I was like, I just
Roland as a mentor. I mean, he does sort of. Removing the sexuality out of that answer, he does sort of train her how to not die.
He also trains her in some
He
Spain.
trains her like a horse to get used to his touch. It's really
That's
kind
true.
of disturbing.
Yeah,
That's
not
true.
disturbing. Just
It's
good
not
work.
rapey, but it is groomy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Thanks for the Harry Potter. Don't worry.
yeah.
You're welcome, Dana.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. In a fucked up way, yes, he is a very good teacher in this book.
I don't remember who nominated this person. Or no, Elayne. Elayne is she's a Maryland all over the place.
She learned Quindle. I put that.
I
She
think that-
learned
I
Quindelar
like
and then
that
taught
a lot.
it to everybody.
I like that a lot, Joe. I read
Yeah.
your shit afterwards, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
I mean, I think that's pretty solid. You know, that's some solid teaching. Hey, here's a forgotten weave.
Yeah,
You know, I learned it. Did not learn it from O'Gideon. Here you go. Who was the wise one trying to fuck Galena?
oh, Therava, isn't that
Trying to-
Tharava, yeah.
Trying
Yeah.
to fuck her?
Yeah.
Like-
oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Fuck her? You mean fuck her over?
No, it's both. It's
No,
very
just
sexual.
literally. Yeah, it's very both.
It's
That's
very
Therava.
sexual, I think. Yeah,
Oh, Galena. Never mind.
yeah. Who were you thinking? of?
Why? Why Galena? Savannah.
No, he said who was the wise one. I think
Yeah.
that's his answer.
Yeah, so why Galena? There's definitely a dominance part of it, right?
That for sure, like
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
And
I just,
Galena,
in my head, I guess she was never described as attractive. Was she supposed to be attractive?
she's ageless, right? So you know that pussy
I
is
don't
always
think
going to be pretty
so.
fucking immaculate. You don't-
I like your baby face, but your saggy tits. It's fantastic.
I'm sure they're ageless too. We never
You
hear
think-
about just sagging Aes Sedai tits.
No, so no
Savannah-
vagina
why the hell-
rejuvenation.
Savannah. I don't think that's who
Uh,
he's talking. That's not who we're talking about, is it?
No, it's not.
We're talking about Tharava Galena, right?
Yeah, it's Therava. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Savannah definitely has like her own like weird, just like I want to like kind of diddle everything. I feel like texting
Yeah,
out.
Savannah's very polyamorous.
Yeah.
Ayush has some strong arguments for Matt in the chat. He's literally teaching random people to coexist. He taught two Aes Sedai a lesson in this book. Plus he's teaching. Oh wait, sorry. Plus he's teaching the Aes Sedai some humility.
This is a stretch.
I mean, yeah.
He's just
kind of is.
storming around a circus. pissed
Dana
off
said
and
it's definitely
screaming at
Tharava.
people.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought Galena was pretty. I think she is too. I can't remember though.
Yeah. So I'm emailing Alan right now. Emailing important now. Do Aes Sedai breasts stay ageless?
And their
Is there a-
strategy for
yeah.
of destroying
they do-
valuable antique.
Ask him.
cheap.
Ask him if they do vagina rejuvenation.
I'm just gonna say we know the vagina.
Brother Zachariah said who, what, when, and how many Galena. Not sure.
The winner, I
Tharava?
guess, is
In the shadow camp,
Catswin and Varen. Is the
whenever she has time, I guess.
the only thing?
Oh, Catswain and Varen. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually said that to my mom, not Alan or
Team.
mom. That's weird.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys want to expand on this Catswin and Varen thing, or you just like good with it?
I mean, yeah, no, I just liked them working together. I know they weren't really like mentoring as hard as they normally do in some of the other books, but I mean, them like, I don't know, coexisting was cool.
I think that they're two of the best, like what Aes Sedai should be, right? Like, and they should be kind of like during their peak time. Catswain perhaps less than Varen because of certain issues, but yeah, I think that they, like, when things are going well, Catswain and Varen can teach everyone how to actually be an Aes Sedai, and in this case, they do a fair amount.
You think we should crowdsource nominees for the next couple books?
I mean, we can.
I
No.
was wondering. I mean, we don't have to use them.
Let's be honest. If you guys are watching us,
Oh, I did. Put
Yeah, that's
a
true.
poll.
yeah.
And actually, everything that everybody's nominated in the chat, I thought has been really just not very bright. I haven't read one word of chat. I don't. It's too distracting.
No, it's not. It's fine.
Oh, see, that's smart.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so where are we at, Tom? Where are we at?
We're on the next award.
Oh, all right.
Fucking classical
The
Elayne
next
for Elayne's worst
award.
goddamn fucking moment.
It's the classic Elayne Award for worst Elayne moment. Spoilers. It's all of them.
I don't understand why that doesn't say fucking classical Elayne.
Sorry. Let me make one more edit to that title card. Fucking. Add fucking. Got it.
Let's see that title card again.
It's the classic Elayne Award for worst Elayne moment. Spoilers. It's all
After a
of them.
moment, you should put period and then just put bent.
Fucking bent.
We know she's a bent.
Ah.
I wasn't really sure what you were talking about, Johnny. You nominated page 63.
Oh shit. Yeah, I probably should.
I forgot to get a drink. While you talk about that, I'm going to grab it.
I love that I just nominated page 63. What a great thing here. So this is in chapters Glimmer of the Pattern, if you're not reading from the hardback version. So this is a chapter between Bashir and Bale of the Aiel. And they're sitting there talking about, like, you know, we could fucking sweep these guys up without any goddamn problem, because there's tens of thousands of fucking Aiel, thousands of Saldians there. And, you know, Bale's just like, why? You know, I could break them before sunset and not leave one alive to the sunrise again, but they ignore us. And Bashir just goes like, Elayne wouldn't like that. He forgot what it's like being a man. He's Randall. It's just because we're Outlanders, and that's it. Like, the whole thing is said right here. There's two guys fully willing to just wipe this shit up and get on with it. Right fucking
Yeah.
now. Right fucking
They're like, hey, we could do that. We could take care of this real quick. Nah.
Yeah.
Let's go through the whole exhaustive process that doesn't need to happen because you were already not handed the throne. It was just yours already, and he recognized that.
Well, not to mention,
I think that's the most infuriating
the whole
part
city
for me.
explodes and it doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't fucking matter. It's so dumb. Yeah.
Next nominee is wanting to go to Rand during the cleansing.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Such a stupid thing to do. So dumb.
I hadn't thought about it.
We don't even have intelligent arguments anymore. Like, stupid.
It was just so dumb. It's just
so
like, Rand's in trouble. And the heavy end is like, you got a lot going on here, and maybe it'd be dumb for you to go running into the middle of a battle. You're pregnant. And she's like, oh, yeah. All right.
This is the real answer from now until the end of time. Like, from this point till the end of the books, is her presumed invulnerability because she is pregnant and ahead of you.
Yeah.
So that hasn't started yet, though, has it?
No, it hasn't. That's why I didn't put it yet.
When it happened, it makes me want to. I mean, it made us so angry. We just fantasized about David Hamlin. Like, oh yeah,
It doesn't mean you're invulnerable. It just means your babies are gonna live. You fucking idiot. You're
like die in childbirth.
But that's okay.
What is? Ah, god damn it.
It
reminds me of that Mr. Burns bit where he's like, the doctor's trying to describe to him why he's so sick, and it's like he's like, imagine a door, and all the germs are just crammed into the door frame, and none of them can get in because you're just so ill that none of them can take over your system at any one time. He's like, so I'm invincible, and he's like, no, not at all. I mean, the slightest breeze.
What I'm saying.
The slightest breeze.
That's exactly.
And then he just goes invincible, and it's like that's the best, one of the best Simpsons lines ever.
The drawing of the doorway with all the germs trying to get.
It's literally like a frame. He has a desk and it's like puffballs, and he has them shoved. He has them shoved into the frame like they can't get in. It's like this.
You can't correct me. It was a drawing. It's a cartoon. The next nominee is the Sea Folk.
The Sea Folk.
What is this? What is this like?
Bargain. Oh yeah,
What is
yeah.
this supposed to be reflecting from the real world, where the sea folk are trying to get like a bit of land in every city? Like,
So they want to
I
have a
don't-
free port district.
is there a
It's-
real world
yeah.
allegory? To
They want to
this?
like own trade and like they don't want to pay taxes when they bring their shit
it-
and land.
It's a very like you have your own free port district where things can kind of go in and out with no taxes, as Joe said, and therefore you kind of like you have a.
But
mass-
you can do any. But you can do anything you want around the borders of that 1 mile. You can just build your prisons there, or make it a dump. Like,
Yeah.
how is
Yeah.
it some sort of master stroke? It's,
Well, because I think they negotiated a very specific spot within like on the riverfront, like in the
No,
city.
so
I mean, I
they-
guess you could alter your city to fuck with them, but like
they think they've
oh, I would do
negotiated.
something.
They think they've negotiated something.
a
But
canton.
Elayne
An
technically,
embassy.
Elayne
embassy.
technically never said where it has to be.
What's a canton?
No, I think they do. I think they like specifically go like it has to be here, but I could be wrong.
I literally
maybe
want
I'm
to know
not
what a
remembering
canton
that
is.
right.
Somebody tell me.
So a
I don't know what a
canton-
canton is either.
So shit. It's I believe it's
They
like a-
negotiated on the riverbank. Well, yeah, Ayush. they need to dock their ships.
Listen,
No,
bro.
like, he's talking to me. I
Oh, but maybe that's what the specifics were. They were just like, hey, you can't fuck us over and make it like a mile inland or whatever, you know. Okay, I get it.
believe a canton has to do. It's a kind of like a shit.
British
I think-
Europeans in the 19th century, China. Okay,
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm actually pretty interested.
they're planning nudist camps. Obviously, they're like,
And
listen,
beaches.
we hate putting our shirts on when we come to shore. We just want to be free.
It's the beach.
Again, pervert city.
Sanderson's got cantons. There's the cantons of whatever the fuck. I forget what they actually fucking mean.
If Elayne got bail fired, how does her children get born safely?
Maybe they never existed, therefore they were never not safe.
Well, they don't get born safely, but they don't die. Yeah.
Oh,
so-
well, it depends on where do you insist life exists in a pregnant
Uh-oh.
woman? I guess.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about
Wait,
a
wait,
woman's
wait,
right
wait,
to
wait.
choose. What?
But if the balefire touches Elayne, but it's not.
Well,
touching
the babies just drop out and hit the ground.
Yeah, and she disappears.
Someone's like, catch! And just dies across the room.
I
Not a
love
bad theory. I like this one.
If the top of a tent gets bail fired, do the campers sleeping inside die? I don't think so. I think it just collapses.
Yeah. No, it doesn't collapse.
Not the best
Well,
metaphor,
it just
but
ceases to exist.
It is what we're going for.
But it depends
Yeah.
on how far back it was built. They're
Like
cold
if we're
kids, they're-
holding hands and you get bail fired, do I also get bail fired?
I don't think
Not
so. I
like
think it's
this.
like my thread.
What if
Yeah.
we're doing a blood transfusion?
Oh, now it's getting fun. Yeah.
Well, it's a little more like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
bail fire an umbilical
Well, we're also
cord?
brothers, so maybe
Yeah.
I mean we already share a lot of DNA. Would the pattern get confused? Wait a minute. Which one?
Yeah.
I don't know. They were holding hands and a blood transfusion, and only one of them got bail fired. I get bail fired, but you turn into me.
And somebody switched the nameplates on their
That's
medical
actually,
charts.
that's actually what happened at the end of Crown of Swords with Rand and
We should do a whole episode on this.
Moradin. Yeah.
And the winner is existing. Let's move on to the next category.
Oh, the winner's existing. Congratulations,
Oh,
Elayne.
Yeah.
That's where the spoiler alert for all of them come in. If you bail fire a cum, do you have 2 orgasms? I mean, assuming you're still having sex, yes.
Why would you be having sex?
You mean like just
Assuming you're
happens
still jerking
again?
off, yes.
over and over
So,
again?
Joe, to your point, like, hold on real quickly. Joe, so like Joe first
I
nuts.
think it would
into-
create some sort of horrible vacuum in your urethra.
It's like a gunshot on an airplane and your inside just shoot out through your urethra. The fucking vacuum on that.
Yeah.
It's got to be devastating.
Wait. But I'm trying to think. I'm not sure I agree with that, right?
Sorry for derailing this serious educational episode. You're having this is fantastic discussion. I'm enjoying myself.
So if you,
It's like a
if you
wedge.
bail
It's like a
fire-
wedge on a stump when you have the sledgehammer, but up
Leave
your
my
dick.
penis alone. If you bail fire the ejaculate, though, ejaculate doesn't have to mean orgasm, right? So technically, you could be fine still.
It would just be that that's.
What if someone was holding a steady stream of balefire as you ejaculate? Would just never stop?
Now that's a question.
It have never existed in the first place. You'd be trying to eject it. There'd be no
Jono's about to
smell.
be horrible.
Yeah.
I think we are. I think we're all doing it. But
Yeah.
okay. I'll give it to you.
So many questions. We should just get. Here's an idea. After the tWoTties,
The vast pressure deferens would implode
after the tWoTties, we should get Alan on for an entire episode of like
of just like, let's talk
Yeah.
about Balefire.
Yeah, and then it's just twat plan B. You can't even prove I fucked her. I'll tell you why. Yeah.
How are you going to get to that scene?
Oh man, I don't know. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Andrel is very skilled.
That's
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
Every time you bring up Angela, I just get annoyed.
Yeah.
Surely
but on the
RJ
other
covered
hand,
these important questions. I mean, because it's annoying, Tom.
Yeah. Can you imagine though?
'Cause it's
What if he
fucking
had
annoying.
his super traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to rate the wheel of time for us? I'm like, I can, but can I
Whew.
put Batman in it?
Man, that was a good category.
I
All
still
right.
have thoughts on this. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I wasn't expecting this. Most
I really
Magneto,
enjoyed
let's do it.
What do you think?
Most Magneto.
We got a
This
quick
is
question.
the award for best villain of the book.
A quick question for you.
Yes,
Let's-
John.
Magneto's not even the best villain in the X-Men. It's Mr. Sinister.
Quick question. Andrel, right? Let's say he were, again, let's say, and it's not me, it's Joe. Giant, just kind of like, a little bit of a creep, right? Masturbating as he's about to come, opens a gateway, and just like someone's face, someone's tits, someone's ass.
That's
Well, yeah,
a
of course.
great idea. I would do that
So
all
much
the time.
fun. So much.
100%. like he can't fight Mazrim Tame outright, but he's just getting hit with loads every other hour.
Yeah.
God damn it! Who did it?
Is that what you would do? I would go to City Hall and like get the list of people in line to get married, and then every single time they said I do, it's like hilarious. How else could you?
The
What if
best villain in
somebody
the X-Men is Charles
Blackberry
Xavier. I
theory.
could not agree more, Noman Garden.
Yeah, he's terrible. Get rid of him.
He's the worst.
Every time they kill him and then he comes back, it's
I'm
exhausting.
like, stop bringing him back.
He's so boring.
He's better as a martyr. Everyone knows this. God damn it. Fuck that guy.
Anyway, most Magneto nominee is Massima. I guess he's bald. Does a lot of hate crimes.
I wrote Massimo because he's like
Ear
wait.
necklace.
Yeah.
Zeal-
I don't know.
Zealotry.
Yeah, he's pretty Magneto in this book. He's grown to it. He's slowly revealed more of his fucked upness in this
He
book.
never pays off. He's a
He doesn't, but I mean, at this
got some
book,
fame
it's
to him.
definitely peaking into I'm a bad guy now, clearly, kind of thing.
got a little Valda nomination here.
Oh, Valda. Okay.
Hard to lose when
mean-
you're a rapey.
Yeah, it is hard to lose when you're rapey. That's true.
Previous winner. Maybe he'll get a lifetime achievement award at some point.
Just trying to figure out why the white stuff keeps leaking out of his ass.
So much fun could be had. If Brandon Sanderson really should have just taken it. That
I
one-
mean, if you're gonna do it, do it.
yeah.
I mean, he already proved the theory in a way with the lava thing. So,
Yeah.
obviously, it's clearly he's capable of doing it.
it's as insane as the lava, or as
Yeah.
minuscule and tiny as like cutting leather. Just
Yeah.
open a vacuum.
the
to
combination
the
of both
center
those
of the
things.
goddamn sun while you're at it. It's stupid as fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Another nominees: Galena / Tarava, some sort of combination of the two.
They're
Separate,
fucking
however you
evil.
wanna do
I
it.
think that combination.
They really are.
The
yeah.
way they run, Tarava has now taken Savannah pretty much under her fucking shoe. Like she's shitting on her pretty hard. That's another thing, by the way. That
Yeah, but then she's taking it out on the rest of them, and but then also they're all kind of getting randomly
Yeah.
punished by Tharava and Savannah, I guess,
Yeah.
for running away and stealing a knife and all the shit. It's really just that whole situation.
Yeah,
And
It's a lot
Phil
of
always has
fucking-
to pay for a dry cleaning when her shit gets in her shoe.
Yeah,
and as for the drug use, I can't.
Got it.
Uh,
I just want
But-
to make sure we're all on the same page.
oh no, yeah, we are.
yeah. But do you think he could take a small, just take a shit and it would just
Are we
yeah,
still on this?
Yeah. I just want to keep going back. Take a shit.
You know the drawing from MacGruber where he's like way above the car shitting on the guy? He wouldn't even have to climb up there.
Yeah.
Just do it in the toilet.
Oh man.
What would you do if that Logain, you know how like Logain, like men saw like you know, like he's got like the glory halo? That's actually what it was.
it's just Andrel fucking with Logain.
Yeah. It's just
If you had Andrel's power, you could literally do anything. Why didn't he just kill Diamond Dread instantaneously?
Yeah, it's because.
Because. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
I mean, obviously because. I mean, why else would it not happen?
Yeah. So back to what were we actually talking about?
I said seriously though, I actually kind of find the Thorava Savannah stuff mildly amusing.
What about the come on pretty mama?
You can read between the lines there.
What Ayush is into punishment?
I don't want to know what parts
Ayush?
who jerk off.
Dominating women and
what kind of porn are you watching, Ayush?
And where is your
Yeah. And send us the links.
Yes, please.
Tiny gateway to several of the spinal cords. See?
Send us the links. Yes, please. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You can't find that yourself. For 5 seconds.
It's an angel.
I don't want to work.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I just realized? We did this years ago. Looked up Wheel of Time porn. There must be a lot of it now.
Oh, there's got to be a ton now, especially with like actual actors involved.
Interesting.
Wait, that's wrong.
Wait, is the show
wrong.
Popular enough for a porn spoof? I can't wait.
No, not yet. No.
Please
you don't think so?
Back to us, yeah.
Hold on. I actually don't have the energy to do it right now, but I will look it up.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it does. I hope it is.
Well, the winner of the most Magneto is, and I put, why not Millie Skane? ? We like her.
Oh yeah, I love Millie Skane. She's great.
You guys didn't seem thrilled with your nominees, so it's just like, yeah.
None of my nominees were good. I don't think.
I felt very strongly about mine.
Did you?
Oh, I did put Furry KK hunting down Matt. I think he's pretty villainous.
Not very villainous.
He's not Magneto. He's not.
What's he? Is it just he's doing his duty as a soldier? It's not really
the winner is why not Millie Skane ?
Millie Skane.
No, I get it.
I like Millie Skane.
So why?
Millie Skane.
Yeah.
All right, you know what time it is? It's time for the Dark One's 3-pronged plan.
Oh.
And it's headaches. And there's some obvious ones in this.
Oh man. So one of my favorite funny one, which of course this is going to quickly verge into Tom being a sexist dick. Brigitte hangover, which of course affects Elayne, is very funny. She gets as you expect, sour stomach, so which means she's got to shit herself, and a hangover in general. But clearly the part of the Dark One's plan is this. 2 women bonding, disgusting. He has a very conservative point of view. And
the Dark One? Yeah.
Yeah, the Dark One is against. This is what happens when 2 women bond. They sync up on their cycle. They get headaches. Like it's real bad. All water relationships should be male-female. I think that's what the Dark One's trying to tell us.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it. We got some interesting comments here.
Go for it. I'm getting a.
It's I can't wait to see Trolloc furries chasing wolf brothers. Yeah.
I will watch the shit out of that.
Once the show reaches Rand's 4-way, a porn parody will be made. I agree. I mean, the question is how much do you think the show's going to show that? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't think it's going to have a 4-way. Although
the way Min's been handled so far, like he has very little connection to her.
That's not true. They met in a bar once.
They kind of took Min, like taking care of Rand at the end of the Great Hunt, and gave it to Elayne because they didn't do Elayne earlier. So, like,
yeah,
I'm kind of wondering at what point Min even becomes attached to Rand in the show. You know,
great question.
Like
we got one more.
And then we got the obvious answer, and that's 2 Aes Sedai and a chalice.
I would watch the shit out of that. Literally,
I wouldn't ever. Yeah. I never want to see that again. I'm kind of mad that it was brought up into my memory again.
You're welcome.
Jesus, Tom.
Tom, just
tell your neighbors to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Headache only means sea folk. I think Rita Repulsa representing everybody dealing with this.
True. Yeah. Brothers
Read a
Zachariah,
repulsor.
apparently not a big. It's alliterative. I like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Dana's leaving. Bye, Dana.
oh,
have a good
bye,
night.
Dana. We'll see you in a couple of months at JordanCon.
How big will Loyal be? Huge. Just huge.
Jesus, that's gonna be a big dick.
I've got to.
Four fists.
So, if you put into Google "Wheel of Time parody porn," it doesn't exist.
Okay.
But the fifth thing that pops up is Mr. Rogers porn parody, Mr. Rimjobs.
I don't know if I don't want to say that. How dare you?
Why Mr. Rogers?
I don't know.
He's
He's like one of the most pure human beings ever to have existed.
How dare you?
How does that get me? How does looking for a Wheel of Time parody porn get me to Mr. Rogers parody porn?
Oh, it's so close
to
to
Mr. Rogers parody porn.
You know what
Do you think there's
Red Bull Entertainment?
last thing on this category, by the way, is actually the best one. It is where Halima is trying her best to be around Egwene.
Yeah, she's doing the classic Egwene headache thing, right?
This is like the marquee fucking performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's that when Egwene sends her away, because why the fuck would a maid be around or a secretary be around?
Yeah.
Halima's response is to clearly stare at her and make her headache worse.
This is not the Dark One's plan.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
when Egwene's like, no, you still can't stay, Halima just does like just something just terrible.
Fine, I'm leaving and I'm gonna go murder an Aes Sedai.
It's so perfect.
Speaking of murder and death, Artax dies. The saddest moment in the books.
Oh, the saddest moment
in this book. That is
not a lot of nominees here.
There's things that could be arguably sad. All right, wait, before you answer.
Yeah, but some of it goes into other categories.
I agree, but before you answer, we put a poll up in the beginning of the show.
Here and talk about it later.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I put a poll up in the beginning of the show. Is Rage chopping off an arm sad? Here's what the answers were. Absolutely, got 0%. Sort of, but the guy was a douche, got 48%. Sorry, 42%. No, it was gruesome, got 0%. And yes, but only for Perrin, got 58% and won the poll.
How many?
So
votes?
It's only sad for Perrin.
How many votes?
48% for one and 58% for another. That doesn't work.
42, I said. I corrected myself.
Correct.
It was just 42-48. Then no one voted for yes and no. It's just the weird in between ones.
Well, it's not in the category anyway, because
exactly. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Clearly, everyone agrees it's not sad unless you're Perrin.
I think that was like one of the saddest. Like that's a man who has lost so much of himself.
Yeah, and if you're Perrin, it's devastating, and if not, no one really cares.
Fuck you.
I'm just speaking on behalf of the audience, Jono.
Your nominee is a queen getting captured.
Oh, sad.
That one did bother me, and especially because if you remember what happens after this, as we mentioned,
she's
earlier,
betrayed. It's horrifyingly sad.
But also, like the real fucked up part about this,
it's annoying.
Is the next book to come out is New Spring, the novel.
Yeah.
And
then the next book.
What's that?
No, I did. This one you finish and you're just kind of like, especially like in real time, you're like, oh, nothing happened, no finale. And then the next book is like not a book in the series. This is where you get kicked in the dick a little bit when you're reading it real time.
That's exactly right. That's the thing that I'll never forget, because I remember picking up book 10, being like, this was a rehash, but I kind of enjoyed the setup. And then like because didn't look things up online, but new Robert Jordan book out. I'm like, what is it? It's New Spring, the thing that was already in a Legendarium anthology. Like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah.
Also,
it was expanded.
if you go to, I was looking at trying to find the list of first appearances per book.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's in like What Wiki or What Fandom or whatever, but they have the thing at the bottom that does percentages of viewpoints, basically. And so you wait 4 years. Rand gets 2% viewpoint in this book, and then New Spring comes out. And then
he's not in that very much, by the way.
Yeah. and then later Knife of Dreams. I think he waited a decade in between to find out what was going on with the main character.
It's not a full decade. No, they were coming out like every. Like,
No, it was, yeah. It was a while.
6, 7.
Yeah, it was like 3 years between at that
That's
point.
pretty long.
So Crossroads of Twilight came out. Well, we could just look this shit up online.
Yes, please do. Wyman Wild said your twat after dark deserves to be in a Wheel of Time porn parody search.
Yeah, wait a minute, why is
Make it happen.
Johnny, you
Twat
have to look
After
at the
Dark, we've
previous.
done some
You have to look at
interesting
Winter's.
things.
You have to look at Winter's Heart.
I was just gonna look at all of their Wheel of Time publication dates.
Anyway, the winner of saddest moment is Rena getting killed by Matt as Jono looks this up. So
That was fucking bothersome. Like for him, obviously.
Mm.
Again, it's sad for him, but also I felt that one more than Perrin being in anguish over what he did.
I felt
It's
that
fine.
more like almost in a similar way as Perrin and Egwene running from the Ravens. I was like, oh, they better catch her.
Yeah, it was also sad because it was like not.
I was like relieved they killed her because she was getting.
I don't know.
little-
It was not. How do you explain this? It wasn't his choice. Like he didn't want to. Like Perrin made a horrible choice, and he was horrified by his own choice. Matt was like forced to do something he like swore he'd never do again, kind of thing.
Well,
so
I
like
think Tom's mentioning like his like it's more like you're running to the next hill,
Mm.
kind of thing is what you're going for, Tom. Right about the Ravens.
Yeah.
Is that-
Well, that
yeah.
and just the desperation, all of it. Kind
yeah, the desperation. Yeah,
Yeah, and you know maybe you'll kill a woman at the top of it. You know,
him and Vannon like chasing
Then
them.
a Raven.
Yeah.
Matt had to kill the woman. Perrin almost did.
Yeah, it's extreme. It does have that feel of desperation of like next hill, next hill, next hill. This kind of like slowly crowning thing, and then all of a sudden, like it's got to be now or never, man. Like either
Okay, so
now,
It wasn't 7 years, Tom.
it was 5.
Well,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, it was so.
It's
Yeah,
5.
you're right.
It's
5 years. Is not a lot.
Crossroads is 03, and then New Spring is 04, and then
Yeah.
Knife of Dreams is 05.
a long
So
time.
yeah, but not that long. You know, not
Long
horribly.
enough.
well, no, but we were talking
Winter's
about
Heart to Crossroads
Winter's
was
Heart.
3 years, though.
Yeah, Winter's
That's
Heart
2000.
is 5.
Yeah.
because that's where we
Oh,
have.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Winter's Winter's Heart to Knife of Dreams. Rand
Yeah,
does
five-
nothing
that's
at
5
Crossroads.
years. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, so yeah, all right, yeah. So Winter's Heart was 2000, and Knife of Dreams is 2005. So quite a bit,
That's correct.
quite a chunk.
You guys ready for the next category?
Oh yeah, Leaf. On which reread do you realize that you hate these books?
Hey, by the way,
Never.
Joe, do you know what that
Yeah.
means? When we first became friends, it was this book you were reading.
That's true.
Yeah, because it was 2003.
It was Crossroads.
But anyway,
yeah.
anyway, this is the only part of the series I would not push back very hard if somebody called it a slog because it was hard.
Fair enough. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, from
You know what
2000 to
else?
October 2005 for Rand POV. Jeez, 5 years.
I mean, he had a little bit in this book. It was just very.
It was
very,
just
like-
very few and far between.
and maybe it wasn't. Maybe he had no POV. I don't remember.
He did have POV. It was also on a reread. Like now that you don't have to wait literally 5 fucking years,
Yeah.
I still think this is actually a good book. And also, the Rand stuff is like everything is like a massive setup for some fucking awesome stuff. Like this is a weird pause, maybe a crossroads of action. Yeah, DT is exactly correct there, though.
Across
we're
chode
all-
of action.
Everything is all of a sudden set the fuck up for like 4 of the craziest fucking books, even with the bad Brandon Sanderson stuff.
I get.
in 12.
In a way, these later books just blend into one long, very long narrative to me, and like I don't really chop them up that much.
Imagine
Yeah,
how Robert
same.
And now that I reread instead of
That's how I feel too, Tom. So like the first time was fucking brutal, but on a reread it becomes less and less, you know. So
It's just
I mean,
next
to seriously answer the Way of the Leaves question, one, I don't hate these books, of course, but 2, like the more rereads, the less difficult it is to read this section of the books because you can just tear through it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm like, where the fuck is Rand for 5 fucking years? You know, like you read a book in like a couple of weeks and you're like, hey, on to the next.
To be honest, even Elayne sections like don't bother me as much because it gets to a chapter it's starting with her and I'm like, fuck. And then
She
it's like
still has
12
cool
pages
stuff
later
happening
and
around her.
over.
I really like Avienda. I really like Brigitte as the captain of the guard. Like, there's cool stuff around her. I just
You like
despise
talking
her.
over Tom? How dare you?
it's all shorter than you think it is. Like it's not as bad as you remember.
Shanda says the same thing. About
You know, I was
Morgan from
watching,
Podcast of the Dragon sums this book up best. Think of it as a massive prologue to the Knife of Dreams. Okay,
yeah,
that's not a bad way of looking at it.
that's exactly right.
I saw. I was watching the football this weekend, and there's a commercial for like I don't know if it's insulin or something, but you know, a very small needle, and the woman just sticks it in her stomach and presses the thing. She's like, nailed it. But at the end of the commercial, she just says, "Who knew that such a small prick could be so powerful and amazing?" And I'm like, "Who let that get on?
I
Who
did.
let that get on TV?"
I did. Yeah, that's actually
Good.
Yeah,
There had,
Not
to be one, there had to be one person filming that commercial just dying laughing. Either that or it's on purpose, and they're like, everyone's gonna remember this.
they're gonna make this one funny. They're gonna like this a lot. This is gonna be a sex joke.
You guys ready for the next category?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Beej is describing the flag from Community. Next category. It's the biggest catfish of the book. You know, who's pretending to be somebody else? The best or the most?
I mean, we have a few. Jono nominated Robert Jordan just for bringing the circus back. I think it's more of a bait switch.
Yeah, so is of a catfish. We're all aware of what he's doing.
They're just angry.
Fucking with us. He's trolling his audience.
And then waiting 5 years for the next.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, were you expecting a ramp POV? Guess what? How about more circus? How about more Val Luca?
Was he enamored with the circus idea? when he
How
wrote
about
it?
some more well-turned calves?
Or was it
I don't
just
know.
like a convenient vehicle to move people around? When
Exactly. That's how I
I mean,
thought of it as.
Again, it really doesn't bother me. Like one of the things that I think is unappreciated about this fucking book is like Matt's a fun character throughout the entirety of it. Every Matt POV is always,
Yeah, Matt being at the circus didn't bother me. Like,
not at all. No, he's
Yeah.
it's I think he's actually great there.
because he's
And
entertaining.
Some of the politics stuff is fun. Like it really, like it's definitely more. Like obviously, you don't have to fucking wait, like we said. So the slog doesn't exist in the same way as it did when you literally wait 5 fucking years.
It's honestly, it's very weird to get Matt's point of view of the circus for the first time since we've already experienced it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't waste like a lot of time on that though. Like it's
The circus
relatively
stuff,
quick.
there's a lot less circus than you think too when you reread the books.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, it's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah, he's just using it as cover to get the fuck away from the Sean channel.
Yeah.
Next nominee is Semirage question mark.
Yeah.
I mean, she's currently destroying Shanshan, and the end of the book sets her up as ready to attack Rand.
Yeah,
She's actually doing a lot of work right now.
Oh shit. I didn't even think of her.
She's not even the winner, Joe.
Interesting.
That's good work. It's like
Yeah.
catfish, you're just
I had some decent entries, I think.
It's
Go
catfishing,
ahead.
but instead of being 80 and tricking someone into a date, the 20, you're destroying a nation.
and you're also
Yeah, okay.
instead of being 80, you're 3,080.
Mm.
Malar being the daddy this book.
The other, all right. So the next nominee is Hanlon.
Okay, yeah, Malar. Yeah.
I mean, the next
It's ongoing, but it's still really good in this one.
are the top 2 catfish in the entire series. And the other nominee is Halima.
Okay.
And then
So-
DK Moon kind of hit on the winner. The winner is Elayne's baby daddy.
The baby daddy.
So by the way,
It's also Hanlon.
do you remember the fact that he catfishes his own employers too? When he goes to see Phelan, he pretends to grope and like fuck her, and then as soon as like no one's watching, they're actually under an alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's dark friending the dark friends. He's
he
good.
cannot stop.
He's the best at raping and fake raping.
Yeah, he's an
I
incredible.
mean, that's a master rapist if I've ever.
I mean, he truly is the one.
Ollie Aes Sedai trapped in a wagon was great. Oh, they're talking about the menagerie.
Yeah.
Develops the menagerie into a circus 200 years real time.
You think it'll mess people up at the first Wheel of Time Oscars when the Lifetime Achievement Award goes to David Hanlon? I mean,
Imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
he's the best. He's the best there is at what he does. He's incredible.
Good one, Wadaholic.
Yeah.
Satel Anon, but got annoying this book, acting more and more like an Aes Sedai. Oh, that's not bad.
Return to form. That's nice.
Fael faking that she's somewhat interested in Roland, so he'll help her.
See,
It's actually not bad. That's not bad.
I gotta tell you, the joy of the catfish category is like when you sit and think about it for like a second, you can come up with like 100.
Just so many more. I mean, I thought
Well,
my Dini
both.
was good. My Donnie, how do you say her name? I don't know.
My
I don't even know
Donnie
if I read
was he
that.
lying over the.
It's the Saladar Aes Sedai that they like caught, and then they're like, "Hey, rekindle your friendship with Elayne," kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
and she's like, "I don't want to fucking do that. I haven't talked to her since I was 10, or whatever, kind of thing." And
That's
Also very
they're
weird.
like, "You do it." They're like, "Shit, okay."
Between the lines, they really are just like, "Hey, go back to the tower and lick her pussy."
That's-
They really
That's
are.
where it's gonna go. It's like,
You know what I mean?
Right, which is kind of the definition of a
is
case.
that the?
I think it's more next book though. It's really they just kind of like started this book.
Is that rape by proxy? Because they're pushing her to become a.
I don't know. Let's talk about the
I think
Dark
it's-
One's three-pronged plan.
I think no, we're not there.
Oh, sorry, we're not there yet.
I think and also, Jono, I think that's pimping. It's not raping.
Oh yeah, that's just selling your body on the streets.
Yeah.
Somebody else is reaping the reward.
raping the reward. Good
Yeah,
idea.
someone else is raping the
Oh.
reward.
What happens? What is this? Snowman Garden. What happens in white stays in white. Oh, okay.
Novices, yeah.
I see now.
Yeah.
I was like,
first
what?
thing, it's a little
White?
worse, isn't it? Yeah.
Joe's like, Joe had a real like 10 seconds there where he was trying to figure out whether or not that was racist.
Either way,
Why's it got to be? Might as well call it White Jack.
please note that he put it on up on the screen before figuring out either.
Before you
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I do that all the time.
Well, if it is,
Oh
it
my
is.
God, don't be silly.
Next award.
All right, next award. It's the MVC of the book, the most valuable character.
I'm sure chat's gonna explode. You guys had nothing here.
Oh yeah. No, I had one that I liked. I had one that I liked.
Egwene,
I had zero.
kind
I
of.
like Egwene.
Egwene, kind of. I mean, yeah.
Everybody pulls their weight in their sections. It's just nobody like stands out.
I mean, I guess sealing off of half of North or South Harbor, whichever one the fuck she was at, is huge.
North Harbor.
So you pin back one lip, but not the other. What do you?
It still fucks them up, Tom. We got a bottleneck there. All the ships are trying to get in. All the andril sperms trying to get in, and nothing can get through. Because it's Gwendolar.
We got Jono put Rand and Knave.
I did too. I
You
think.
put it too. Yeah, I mean, technically they're cleansing the source right now.
I was like, technically, this is happening right now.
Yeah, this is the most important event in history. Pretty much.
I mean, it is. Well, that's the kind of point, though. Like, it was so important in Book 9, and yes, he was catching up the timelines, but that is simultaneously the most important event of this book, also. So I was like, I know it's a bullshit answer, but it's actually kind of accurate. But yeah, it's a bullshit answer.
Elsa Penfell, because she's in the book.
Tom.
She's just a nominee. Just a nominee.
Elsa
Not the
Penfell.
winner.
What happens in Grey isn't gay. Okay.
All right, somebody do.
What was
yellow.
that Jennifer Lawrence movie, Red Sparrows? What happens in blue is
All right,
you,
everyone is
you.
doing all the colors.
Okay, all right. What happens in red requires a rod. Okay, all right. All
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Like always. I usually said Matt. No, it's the next category. He's on this one. Yeah, Matt's important. Does he get MVC for this? He did a lot of cool shit in this book.
He did more cool shit, I guess.
His
per-
story arc moved forward, I feel like, the most, whereas most of them were just kind of mired in, like, we're kind of accomplishing something, but not really. Or maybe I'm reading into that too much. I do love Matt. I'm Matt biased.
Tom.
I don't know. The first nominee that I read, I just made the winner. I just put It or All Day, and then I put I don't know.
Oh, okay. It a roll day.
I mean, we like him. He's fun.
I love it a roll day.
Five,
But is he an MVC of this book?
I don't know. Is anyone?
No one is. No
Look
one
at you give it
is.
to Elza Penfield.
I wrote Vannon because if Vannon hadn't caught up to Rena and found her, then that would have fucked everything up. If Vannon hadn't killed Rena, it would have fucked everything up.
The reader.
We should have put the guy that killed Rena.
You mean this guy?
Actually,
You mean that guy right there? Matt?
You know what? Well, Matt didn't shoot the arrow. All right, that's the winner.
Didn't he?
The guy-
No, he gave the order.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought
you
he
remember
pulled- I
that
thought he
joke
pulled the
where,
string.
it's like if you could have sex with anybody one time, who would it be? And that guy writes that passionate thing about his wife who passed away and how much closer. The comment right underneath was like, I also choose this guy's dead wife.
I do remember that, and also I forget it. I forgot.
That's my favorite screenshot I've
Harnan.
ever received.
Oh my god,
No.
it's so
All right,
good.
that's an actual vote for Harnan.
It wasn't Harnan who shot him. It was like Gathgaron or something like that.
Was
And anyway,
Well, that's not the point. The point was Vannon found her in time.
That's
Look,
why the winner is Iturralde. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I want to go back to this.
Cue
one.
absolutely everyone staring off to the west for ages. That's true.
Tom, I will never forget receiving. I probably read. Like, I had that message saved. The funniest screen grab I've ever received.
That's one of the funniest things that ever happened in history of the internet.
That guy's dead wife.
Yeah. Also, choose that guy's dead wife. Just, I wonder what that guy thought when he read it. Anyway, so where are we on the weather headaches rape?
Oh, well, you know where we're at, Jono. You know which one's coming up next. The Dark One's three-pronged plan. Rape.
I'll be
Look, there's a lot of sexual assault in these books, and surprise is usually someone working for the Dark One.
fucking A. So we're at rape.
Yeah.
This is, of course, the right time to treat it because I'm half drunk and I have been taking cough medicine all
Yeah,
day.
good.
Congratulations to everyone. There is a fuck ton of rape in this book, and it is bizarrely high, even for later Robert Jordan, how much rape happens here.
Yeah.
So the book starts with Eamon Valda coming out.
Mhm.
I can't remember if he's already admitted to his rape. That's happened earlier, I believe. So Eamon Valda, the rapist, walks out.
Yeah, way before, because Megden is
Yeah.
in Talonvor with parent.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I forget, like, if he no, it's later on where he talks about having had her.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So
Is that at the trial?
I think it's beforehand, but yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, you're probably right.
Close
so
to that.
We've got Valda.
Yeah, Valda. Piece of shit
I don't
rapist.
know if he's actually a very good rapist. He's just a
I don't think
brilliant
he's. I don't. No, he just took advantage of a situation. But isn't that all rape?
I don't know.
Horrible people taking advantage of horrible
I
situations.
don't know how to answer that.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, Jacques Renault, this guy whose name I forgot until I read it here, and I was like, "Holy shit, I remember him!" And
That's
then-
why I was like, I need you to refresh my memory. I mean, I remember that happening, but I could not, for the life of me, be like, "Oh, that guy." You know,
Yeah.
I don't
But-
know.
Jacques Renault. It sounds like some like French dude that Robert Jordan actually had a beef with, and then was like, "Well, I'm writing this motherfucker in here. He's an asshole." Because it just seems to like, it seems like a real name. Like where some of them just like Doyle Millar is not a real name.
No, yeah, yeah.
Renault might be a real person.
Like that's a guy he knew.
Yeah,
He's like, "Fuck this guy. I know what you did."
yeah, I know what you did.
Valda and Galad in prologue. Embers on dry grass. Okay.
So Jacques Renault, terrible rapist. And then, of course,
Mhm.
Doyle Millar is.
Oh, Tom's not back. He tricked me.
I hope he just comes from the other side now. The other,
Yeah. Don't give him that much credit, Jonah. He'll never do that.
yeah. And then, of course, we have Doyle Millar. Doyle Millar being the greatest rapist of all time. TWoT history, or I guess all history.
Yeah, he uses the power to rape. Malar uses his wits. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like, that's in the worst way possible. That makes him the best, you know?
I need a.
Has he won a couple books in a row now?
What?
Wait, for
Just
what?
best
Oh, for the
rapist.
Dark One's plan.
Yeah.
He is the best. Like once he's introduced, how does he lose?
I mean, he kind of can't. I mean, at this point, I feel like he's like the baby daddy ? That whole era while he's captain of the guard or whatever. I feel like that's when he was doing his most horrible things and just like throwing bodies down wells and shit.
Well, no,
Isn't that like?
There's a character in Twin Peaks that's like pimping high school girls and doing like fucked up shit in the
He's
woods.
heading
And, like,
to all-star territory.
it's super
Sorry.
weird.
Yeah.
And
which
I think his name is very similar to Jacques Renault. Like, that's why I need Tom Kokoza. Isn't he the big Twin Peaks fan? I need him to answer this.
Oh, you mean Tom?
Yeah, I guess I could Google it.
At this point in his life, he was probably getting a lot of needles for testing, so all that penetration probably inspired.
Fair enough.
Damn, Beach.
Yeah,
That's dark as fuck. Wow. Whew. This is what we do after a comment like that,
like
Jacques
Everybody
Renault.
certainly
Noman Garden with the fucking Twin Peaks reference. Good job.
See,
was it Jacques Renault?
it's basically the same
Twin
thing.
Peaks. Oh, he definitely misspelled, but that's all right. We got it.
Holy shit! What if that's who it is?
I mean, there's a very good chance that Robert Jordan likes
they-
Twin Peaks. That wouldn't be that crazy.
I mean, the characters aren't that similar, but it was a little striking to me.
Okay. Well, I loved it. Not the rape part, but
You loved it. Now
Listen,
I need to
there's a
go
lot of
back and see
sexual
if
assault in
any
these
other.
books, but most of them are committed by the Dark One's friends.
Now I have to go back and see if there's any other characters similar to Twin Peaks.
I know who we're talking about with Jacques.
Oh, there is a dream world where like all the evil shit happens.
Yeah. Oh man.
But also nice stuff.
Twin
Yeah,
Peaks
the Dream
IMDb.
World's not all bad.
We have to redo this whole. All right, now we have to do a Twin Peaks Wheel Times thing.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, table these thoughts.
This might be a lot closer.
Let's analyze this. Yeah. Let's
What would
analyze
you
that.
do if you reread a few things and you found out like a third of the evil characters are just Twin Peaks references and like
It's just Jacques Renault.
I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah. All right.
Doyle and Millar's just Bob.
Hey, that guy was at my wedding. Oh, damn it, Joe. Tom, do you remember what I'm talking about? The guy who did Violet was born 2 days before my wedding, or 3 days, so Joe couldn't be there.
Yes, yeah.
But Tom, do you remember the guy who was at my worked at the venue and looked like?
I mean, I remember it because you guys talked about it a lot. He looked like Bob.
A little bit.
He had
a long
like,
time
long
ago.
stringy hair, it was all gray, and like he laughed at the weirdest times and hated everyone. I was like,
I was very scared of Bob when I was a young child.
The goat rapist. I mean, how are you not? The goat rapist can be interpreted in a couple of ways.
He's 100% the goat.
Red room equals red rod. Nah, that doesn't work. Or does it?
Just don't say no.
I reach for similarities because we'll probably find some that
The goat rapist. Are you talking about Rand? Oh,
Oh,
dare you.
he's a sheep rapist.
I mean, yeah. I mean, does that count? Not a person.
Frankie. Did that work?
Frankie.
Fight with the dog. Yeah, she can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what we got next?
Tom's mildly distracted, but we're ready for the last category.
Well, I was trying to see where if I could find the ball. The dog is mad about the ball.
It's really
Last
trying to find that ball.
category.
Last category, on your left. That's for the most awe-inspiring, the greatest moment, the on your left moment of the book.
Do we have one? Let's talk about it.
Anything that bleeds.
It's actually my work password.
Jono, I love your reuse of that joke because it's just so. every horrible commenter is like, that's actually my work password.
I have a lot of jobs.
Yeah, I mean, also maybe you just change your password a lot.
Nope.
Let's run through the nominees.
What's
We
old
got
song for
the-
Pimp? Shepherd. Matt speaking Isotai is the best moment.
That raises the hair on the back of your arm. You're just like, oh shit.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Okay,
Not a lot of mind blowers here.
No.
Quendalar, I guess. Egwene comes up with it.
So
It's cool. It's not exciting.
It's not that she comes up with Quendalar. It's the actual turning the chain in like a flash. Like she's that powerful. Like that moment was fucking crazy. Like it's not like,
Exactly.
oh, I learned how to do this thing. It's like her doing this whole thing in like 2 milliseconds was crazy. Because like if they had been there 10 seconds earlier and clocked her on the head, like she wouldn't have accomplished anything. But let's put it this way: it would have taken so many other people. Like it would have taken them an hour, and you know, like without her, it would have taken way longer, and they wouldn't have accomplished anything.
I can't disagree. But here's a question for you, because I assume Tom has nothing but time. Do you feel that her ability with Quendalar, the fact that like it was kind of discovered, you know, quasi off camera to a certain, like it wasn't like what when Nynaeve learns to heal Logain.
Yeah, right? We get to see it. We get to see her working through it.
It's a chapter title. It's got all this. She freaking like loses her mind, as you can imagine. Egwene doing it really doesn't have that. And again, you know, one of them is something that existed. One of them is something that's never existed. So I get that
kind of focus.
What's that?
Do you think it's worth that kind of focus?
I don't know, but this is
I don't think so.
Healing,
it's not just that it's a lost talent, but like the fact that she can turn, the fact that she can turn 1,000 feet of fucking chain to Quendalar is like that to me is something that's kind of a little bit. It's not Andrew.
I mean, it's
come.
Yeah, it's not like sounding the horn of Valir or anything, but I mean, it's up there with like, holy shit, that was incredible. Like, you know, I mean,
too much. Is it? I'm wondering if it's too much.
Oh, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It feels a little.
Because if she can do it, it's a little crazy.
Well, yeah, it's a woman.
I don't think it's too much, only in the sense of like what she accomplishes is later on in the books with like the healing weave for the balefire thing, the anti-balefire thing she does, and you know that kind of thing. I mean, she's clearly powerful. She's clearly gifted.
Yeah.
And this is not necessarily the first time we've witnessed it on a. I guess this is kind of the first time we've witnessed it on a grand scale, but like, it's not the first time you've known that she's capable of so much more than the other Aes Sedai. This is really the first time she's ever really just done it, you know, in practice.
So here's a quick thought. And again, this is me being sober to yell at Tom. Rand, obviously, as far as we know, is the strongest single, just channeler, right?
Mm-hmm. Presumably.
And he does some crazy shit, but everything he does seems to be something that's already kind of like, when he goes nuts in the Stone of Tyr, one of my favorite weaves, striking down.
Yeah, the lightning.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
Searching out the shadow spawn.
There's nothing that he does that no one else can do later on. Like, there's not some.
I think the main thing, the only thing that springs to mind, Jono, is the way gates that are the death gates. Yeah, the death gates are kind of like he comes up with that, and it's crazy, and it's like, and he's ripping
come
through.
Up with anything. It comes from his past or former knowledge, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's like a version of him knowing, like, don't do that, and he goes, "Oh, I'll do that, but make it a weapon." So it's like him compounding his knowledge. I think it's not just like him going, like, "Oh, we did this before and it was bad," like
he's creating something.
Saying they're two sides of the same coin is probably giving her too much credit because he's a Dragon Reborn, but he's a lot more of a sledgehammer. She's a little more of a scalpel. She has to figure this stuff out because she doesn't have a dead person in her head to.
She doesn't have memories.
She
to be like,
spends more time learning what she can and can't do, and Rand is just it comes to him as it comes to him.
Now, on the other hand, of course, she never had to deal with a taint.
He did kindergarten with Asmodean, and it was just like, fuck it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying it's
has to put the work in.
Like the girls rediscover lost talents for the most part, other than one.
Someone tells the girls about lost talents, and then they pretend.
Oh, you know what? Wild Man, Wild's older Zeros, you're both right. It does come from Luce. Luce Theron's going like, do this, and he's like, oh, what are you talking about? And he kind of takes over at that point. I think you're right. Oh, Luce Theron took over his hands. Yeah.
Elayne can learn to take a atom, turn it into two pieces. She learns to feel the affinities, that kind of thing. Something way different.
She's got a month in a circus wagon to sit around and fuck with shit. Rand doesn't have 5 seconds to do anything.
She takes a red hot rod, puts it in her pussy.
And I don't know
Beej wrote,
I don't know if
which
he's
hand does
intellectually
parent chop
curious.
off? Was it on his left?
Yeah, it's kind of with the on your left moment.
I mean,
Well,
nailed it. They nailed
that
it.
changes everything.
I guess, yeah. Sorry. Back to the.
It might have been the left hand. I don't know.
Let's move on to the other nominees and wrap this up.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I didn't realize this one would have so much discussion. So the next one's just Alviera, Joe, you nominated her.
Oh yeah, I just like the dark one marking her is like fucked up and dark. I just like I don't even, it doesn't really like play out. There's not, it's not like a, but like the fact that the dark one went out of his way to be like, hey, you fuck you, and like, and you know, that's a
really
big thing to me, because at the time I was like, what the fuck does that mean? You know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily pay off later, but it was one of those things where just like at the moment you're like, holy shit. That's
100%. No, 100%. Tom, you want to say something?
I really enjoy she's like a low key favorite villain of mine.
Alviera is
I don't feel
great,
like we
man.
talked
I
about
love, like, as a villain, yeah, she's awesome.
It's really funny that we didn't nominate her because this is the part that I think that gave all those theories for who is going to be the next Forsaken, like Alviera.
Yeah, I thought she'd be.
Yeah.
We're obviously very good.
Well, also by the end, she's like losing. Doesn't Elayne take back her keeper ship or whatever by the end of this book? And she starts to like lose power in this book. Like at the
it's beat down as Alviera got, like she gets beat down in reverse like later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be cheering for Elayne when that stuff happens? Because I'm not.
I think that's the whole point, though, is that
on one hand, yes, because it's like the light, but on the other hand, you're just like, oh fuck you, Elayne.
I suppose
you know, and it's so. I mean, like it's hard to be like.
But it was. I guess it was always
win.
clear Elayne wasn't a dark friend. She was just a asshole.
She's just a deranged lunatic. Yeah.
All right, next nominee. You guys have been waiting to talk about this for a long time. Perrin Handarm.
I love this scene. This is one of the most memorable. It's
definitely not sad. Only if you're Perrin.
This is horrific, but it's also like the way Perrin does it. So, in fairness, someone should do a little better wiping job.
The dark one word itself is not necessarily a success. So Alviera is still in the running. Oh, okay, yeah.
Like this scene of cutting off the arm or the hand. And then it's going to go further and further and further, is breathtakingly fucked up. It's fucked up. Also, Noman Garden, it's Moradin at this point.
Yeah, it's dead.
That's Maury.
Yeah. Oh.
So Perrin cutting off the arm was, like, again, devastating, but mostly to him because he's like, I went too far finally, you know, like kind of thing. Like, and he'd been wrestling with it. But the moment of him burying the axe in the tree, because he's just like, I can't believe what I just did. And like, he finally reached that moment of like wrestling with the hammer and the axe of like what it is inside of him that should be overtaking the other kind of thing. I mean, this goes back to the fucking bubble of evil in the end of the beginning.
Yep. It goes back to book 1 with Elias.
Well, I mean, but I mean, the culmination of that was like the axe is chopping through the door in the bubble of evil, and like, you know, like kind of like this literally represents your aggression, and like the hammer is who you should be, and like even in book 3 when he's like just sitting in that forge for a little while, like hanging out while Fail stares at him on a barrel or whatever. You know what I mean? But he's like, but like, you know, like he's going like, oh, this is calming. It's peaceful. This is who I am kind of thing. And he still struggles with it for so many books after that. So for it to culminate in this moment and him being like, fuck, and like whips it away. I'm like, that's a huge moment, dude. And but I think the bigger moment is when he forges the new hammer, obviously. So like, you know, like this is like a prelude to that moment, I guess. So, but it's still a huge moment, and it matters to me a lot. But like, it's really like a prelude to his ultimate like reconciliation with who he is, you know, kind of thing.
Is it? Like, we're all familiar with the term hatchet wound.
Yes, Jono. And
do you think this is like kind of like his like you know, you guys have been calling me kind of a pussy character, so I'm going to make you a multiple axe wound.
No.
All right, the next or the winner. Moving on to the winner.
I'm sorry. Yes, and
Like, just now this like
it
this
is fucking horrifying when he cuts the hand off and then he's like, heal that, and they're like, oh shit,
It's so
okay.
fucked up.
And then he's like, I'm gonna keep going. It reminds me of Princess Bride when he's like, no, first it'll be your hands and feet, and it just get and your ears I leave. So you can hear the wails of the children and the women as they look upon your wretched.
What is that? To the pain?
Mm-hmm.
You ready for the winner? Or we want to talk about Jono's hatchet wounds.
No.
The winner is just everybody reacting to the cleanse.
Yeah, man, that's huge. I mean, like, I know that's the whole point of this book, but like, that's awesome. Like every time, the best and worst part of this book is that they're reliving like the moment we all saw in the end of book 9. But that's also the best, like, and you're like, oh, I already know. But at the same time, it's
I don't know if
kind
you're
of
super aware of it either. Like as you're reading the book until you get to that point.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, not necessarily, but like there's enough of like the Aes Sedai are acting weird around Matt. And they're like, they can all sense it. The Damani can all sense it that he rescued, or the Sul'dam or whatever that he has with him. Like everyone in Saladar is reacting to it, kind of thing. Like Jono mentioned it earlier, but the Aes Sedai in the hall, make the decision to.
Yeah, like the repercussions of this they're hilariously like, I don't blame them, but everything that happens here is so wrong. They assume that it's the Forsaken working on a different level, literally a different level. And that's why they decide, what, maybe we should, Alliance is too hard of a term, but maybe we should, go talk to the Black Tower. Like, there's a conversation about the fact that like the entirety of the tower using all the sangreal at their disposal couldn't channel what the fuck's going on. Followed by, I forget who it is that goes to read the Weaves, says, by the way, there was more side in than side R by a large degree used, which means that like that's like the amount of shit that fucking Choden Cowl is. I guess I'm gonna change my name to Cross Choden Cowl. Like, that is absolutely insane. And like it's just like on another like it's not another level, like another level cubed. It's fucking nuts. I don't know why just three.
I never considered the reactions either. I just kind of thought, you read that they cleansed it, and then you thought everybody would be like, "Yay, let's have
yay, it's over, we did it." And then so when you get this book, it's kind of a letdown because you're just like, why isn't everyone rejoicing? It's because they don't know what the fuck happened, and I get and spelling that out for everybody is awesome. And it's really cool.
They're a bunch of Elaynes.
Yeah.
They are. They all think we should go.
I mean, they even go and like investigate, and they're like, "There's a crater." It was crazy, like and report back to Saladar, and Egwene's like, "Huh."
I just realized Elayne is the Karen of these books.
I love
you mean
that,
Kyron Stang?
Karen Stang.
Yeah.
I do love that there's like this
Kyron Lang.
Is that
like that?
This week?
Yeah, Elayne. Yeah. I think was that it. Not really. All right, well, that's tWoTcast for this week. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below.
Not a good joke.
I respond. I don't need to say in theory anymore. You can listen to the audio version of this book. No, you can't.
But you're Ron Burgundy.
Until I ever get there. tWoTcast theme songs brought to you by the one and only Taffing Bennington at the intro and Andrew Bart of Time at the outro. Links to their stuff is below, as always, because we love them to death. And they make good stuff. You guys should go listen to their songs. Join us next episode for more Wheel of Time covering Night of Dreams.
Book 11! Yeah.
We're definitely going to throw in a Royal Rumble in there somewhere.
Wait, did we ever do New Spring?
And also tWoTquest. No, I don't. Do we want to do New Spring?
Fuck yeah.
We must have. Did we not?
No, not for awards. No, we've covered the book.
For awards.
Yeah, for awards.
Technically, New Spring is next.
That's a big technicality.
I'll save it for last.
Saving it for last. Knife of Dreams is coming next on the tWoTties. I I'm Joe.
I do.
Say goodnight, Jono.
Good night, Jono.
And Tom,
Study your math.
keep the change. You filthy animals.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.